baby.
And a budding artist.
You did well, girl.
With both highs...
A good 7.5.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, hello.
And lows.
It's becoming a 4.
The garden, I think, is a bit small.
Is that a dig at me?
Yes.
We were on a wing and a prayer.
Nod, worship, and then walk away.
And now we're gliding ahead to see how they've all touched down.
I'm catching up with a couple whose determination to find their expanding family a dream home has finally paid off, even if they did have to view over 30 properties in the process.
And another house hunter who wanted to quit the capital and take up residence by the sea.
I'm back to see how they all got on.
In 2018, we were homing in on Guildford for couple Jason and Indu, who had a toddler and another baby due in just 4 months. And in 2003, we were casting about Kent. Fashion designer and artist Shane had a glamorous life in London, but he and the capital no longer saw eye to eye, and he wanted out. His plan was to swap his one-bed flat for a whole new life near the sea.
I've never really felt at home in London. Just never had a real empathy with London at all. I've had a great 10 years in fashion industry, and I just need to desperately change. Actually, it is a desperation. I just need to change.
And it really is all change. He wants to swap the tubes and traffic for a lighter and brighter life on the North Kent coast.
I feel very much the Kent coast is like England was maybe in the 50s and 60s. It's still very much untouched. It's absolutely beautiful.
He's just accepted an offer close to $250,000 for his one-bed flat in London. The challenge for Kirsty and I is to make sure we find the perfect place for Shane to work, rest and play.
There's no doubt it's lovely being by the sea, but I think Shane is going to need a little more than that. I've got to see what else this coast has to offer.
As we search, this part of Kent is becoming very popular with Londoners who want a seaside bolt hole, and prices are rising. But in some bigger towns like Margate, you still get very good value for money.
But if you want to live in one of the smaller, more fashionable towns like Whitstable, you have to pay the price.
There's one other important thing Shane wants from his time in Kent. He loves to paint and wants this to be a bigger part of his life. He wouldn't be the first artist to be attracted to this part of the coast.
And with new galleries opening all the time, there should be no shortage of places where he can exhibit his work.
Now, it's not going to buy itself, this house. As they say in the movies, show me the money.
My budget is ideally 150 to 235.
Right. Your most preferred location is Whitstable. Number 2?
Margate.
Right. Okie doke, there we are, Margate.
How far south inland can we bring you?
About 100 yards, I think, is the answer to that question.
Yeah.
As close to the sea as we can get it.
Yeah, really, that's the reason why I'm
That's the whole point. As soon as you get down there, Phil, you'll see that the light and the air, when you get to the sea, is just staggering.
For his dream home, Shane has a budget of up to £235,000. He wants period features, space for a studio, and most importantly, to be near the sea. Our search on the Kentish coast is focusing on suburbs in and around Margate, where your money goes further, combing as close to the beach as possible. And our other search is 100 miles west in Surrey, searching very close to the buzz of Guildford town centre and within a mile's radius of the train station. Asset manager Indu and her partner Jason, a software engineer, made over $100,000 from doing up their first property and selling well. But even with that swelling their deposit, they're finding it hard to get back on the ladder where they want to be.
You don't want to sort of get out of the bath in a hurry.
The thing about Guildford is we like being able to walk into the centre of town.
Yes, we like the restaurants
pubs
and the
and
bars
restaurants
and
and things, yeah.
the sort of bustling, busy vibe of it all.
We've seen probably about 30 properties, but we've got quite strict requirements of what we need.
You've got quite strict requirements.
I've got quite
I'm
strict.
the flexible one.
Is that right? OK.
Number one, Indu has to be near the station because Indu's the breadwinner, really.
I work in London, so my average day is getting the 6:30 train in the morning. You drop Freddie off before work, then I go and pick him up, cook us dinner. You come back, we eat, and then it sort out stuff for the next day, go to bed. So there's very little time for, you know, just looking for houses or having conversations.
Time is of the essence. With baby 2 on the way, they really need to secure their ideal home soon.
Don't want to be near a busy road. Really important thing is schools. I'd also like to have a garden to play football on with the kids, tumbling out and tumbling in all over the place. It'll just be lovely. And a bit of a veggie patch. Do you love growing veggies?
I like growing veggies.
Yeah.
But I don't need to kick a football around in the garden, though.
Yeah, well, think of the children.
With that wish list, I hope the market's not as dry as Jason's humour.
So what's all this about, then? How can I help?
We've been seriously looking for about 8 months.
And so you restricted your search so far to the
It's
10
about
minutes to Guildford
three
Station.
streets in Guildford.
3 streets in Guildford.
It's not quite that tight.
Lucky. And what else do we need to think about?
3 bedrooms minimum, potential for 4. Bifolds.
Yes.
Really love bifolds.
What, in the loo? Where we put
All
them?
through the house, yeah.
Just every single door.
Any way that we could, you know, just make it a sort of longer-term home by adding to it would be good. But I want to find the right place, so I don't want to rush into something.
But equally, you're about to have baby number 2 and life's going to get a great deal busier.
Yeah, more complicated.
Yeah.
Talk to me about levels of work that you would be prepared to take on.
Like a loft extension, possibly a side return, kitchen diner extension, that sort of scale. Bifolds.
And is that... that's going to be a returning theme, isn't it?
No.
What would you say is more important to you, the being in the right area, as in 10 minutes walk to the station, or the right house and the right opportunity?
I would say area. You would probably say house.
We're open to everything. But in the end, we need a house for this baby.
Yes.
And the other one. Please, Phil, can you help us?
I promise you I'm going to try, but it's a challenging brief. Let's get cracking.
Better don your bifocals, Phil, and find Jason his bifolds.
2020 vision, my dear. And I need to seek out a lot more than just some doors. Between their previous flat's profit, savings and a mortgage, Indu and Jason have 750 grand, although they could go higher for the perfect place. They want 3 or 4 beds on a quiet street or the scope to make it 4 and add value.
Good schools with a 3-year-old and a baby on the way.
A big garden for the kids to play in with a veggie patch.
Being able to get to and from work quickly is important with an expanding young family.
Indu and Jason want to extend and add value, but have restricted their search to just a few streets. So a house coming up on the street they actually live on and love is manna from heaven.
This road is strangely familiar.
Strangely familiar. So there are 2 of these for sale.
Yeah, we've seen the other one
OK.
and really liked it, but it was only 3 bedrooms.
That was the stopper. There was no real potential for 4 because the pitch of the roof was too shallow.
We thought,
to
yeah.
do a lofty.
OK. The pitch is sufficient here to do a lofty, but there's awful lot of things to do here.
OK.
Let's get on it.
OK.
You might have found a way through, Phil.
As long as their vision for a project is the same as mine, this period property needs a total overhaul. On the ground floor, there's the standard Victorian-style sitting room to the front. The galley kitchen and dining room at the back would benefit from being knocked together.
The garden has plenty of space for a kickabout and a veggie patch. On the first floor, there's the family bathroom and 3 bedrooms, all of which would benefit from a bit of modernising.
And whilst that work's happening, they could extend into the loft, where they'd get a fantastic 4th bedroom and ensuite. As this place is 50 grand under budget at 700,000, there's scope and money to really make it their own.
You can see it is quite a major project.
Yeah.
But it could be quite special.
I think we're both open to a bit of a project.
Get somebody else to manage it. You walk past on your way to work and do what you need to do. Yeah. Follow me.
I think they might need help to see your vision, Phil.
So the opportunities for expansion in all these houses is either up or out.
Yep.
It's a big project. Fitting that in around another baby, that's hard work.
Yeah.
I feel your difficulty.
Often, it's only when you see what you think you'd like that you realise you're biting off more than you want to chew.
It's a big project.
It's a huge job. You want to talk about architects and...
I sympathise with them, I really do. But what they're trying to find is a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, pretty cramped.
I'm just not convinced that with baby number 2 on the way in 4 months' time, that now is the right moment to go looking for a needle in a haystack. I think they should just find a haystack. And then a lovely garden.
It is nice.
It's really big, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think if we had a good conversation with an architect and a builder's firm, and then we looked at our budget and we're like, ooh, we can do this or not.
Fine. Well, look, let's just kind of park it.
Yeah.
And if we end up coming back to here with quotes and builders, then, you know, that's great. And if we find something better, that's also great. What could possibly go wrong?
Right and wrong are matters of perspective, Phil.
As is the meaning of the word project. And I'm not sure Indu, Jason and I are quite on the same page yet. We're catching up with home seekers who are moving to accommodate a new stage of life.
For Indu and Jason, their desire to add value and take on a project seems to be clashing with the fact that they are having a baby in just 4 months' time.
Pinpointing that dilemma perfectly was the proper project I showed them.
I like the idea of being able to make it our own.
Fitting that in around another baby, that's hard work.
And artist and high-end fashion designer Shane wanted to leave the London high life for the calming Kent coast.
To just take a walk down the street and find the sea would be just a luxury.
He has a budget of 235 grand and wants a period home close to the fresh sea air. We're taking him to Margate, a couple of hours east of London. This pretty seaside town has been attracting tourists for 200 years.
And with its vast period houses, we think it's got a lot to offer Shane.
It's got the scale that we were looking for.
Sure.
This house is in Cliftonville, half a mile from Margate's seafront.
Though he'd rather live as near the sea as possible, we thought the features more than made up for the extra walk to the beach.
It's a 6-bedroom semi on 3 floors and currently on the market for £195,000.
In you go.
Thank you very much. Nice fireplace there.
Lovely fireplace,
Nice.
high ceilings,
Beautiful.
picture rail, cornice, and Phil, open sesame. There we are. Because this is your main reception room.
And it's the scale that we
definitely.
thought was impressive.
No, I mean, the fireplaces are, you know, I have a bit of a fireplace fetish.
Just as alluring is the view here.
It is nice, because there's no buildings in front of you, which I'm so used to, even in my lovely apartment. There was just buildings everywhere, you know, so it's a very nice view.
What's your gut reaction on the location, the size, the budget? How are we doing here?
We're looking possible.
With fireplaces and high ceilings in most rooms, this house certainly matches Shane's brief, and there's scope for a studio too.
The top floor currently has 2 bedrooms, but Kirsty's got the sledgehammer out again.
You could have this as one huge room.
Structurally, that would be okay to take this out?
Structurally, that would be fine,
Okay.
yeah.
Didn't know that.
How would the light be and the size, recognising that you paint large canvases?
Slightly dark.
Just
that's
have
okay.
a look.
This room's got 2 windows.
You see, that's got 2 windows in there.
See, that's really good
And if you got rid of this wall, and there's nothing to stop you putting in another roof light.
No.
Or a bigger one.
Of course.
Yeah.
Huge.
Huge.
Huge change.
Huge change, huge amount of work,
Yeah.
huge potential, a lot to think about.
Yes, definitely.
Let's get on with it.
Okay.
Shane could easily transform this house into his kind of place. At £195,000, it really shows that you get a lot for your money in Margate, and he still hasn't seen the garden.
Shane, before we go out into the garden, we've got to discuss the kitchen.
Okay.
Which is perhaps the weakest link in our chain. Now, this is a chimney breast. The chimney goes the whole way up, and the cost of removing it would be quite prohibitive.
Yes.
It's possible. Now, if you come in here, in that corner is a shower room, OK?
Yes.
The wall is paper.
Paper, yeah.
Get rid of it. You've got enough bathrooms upstairs.
Although it takes a bit of imagination to see this space opened up, I think it would make an exceptional kitchen. There's certainly plenty of potential, but what about outside?
It's a beautiful garden, Kirsty.
It's fantastic. Because of the open aspect, it's almost... It doesn't matter which way it faces, because you get sun from all directions.
Hi, you two.
Hiya.
Definitely. Hi, Phil.
Found myself a little balcony.
I always knew you were more Juliet than Romeo.
Thank you very much.
That's good.
So, how are we doing?
I realise we're half a mile from the sea, but, you know, I have a pair of legs and I suppose I can walk to the sea. You know, for all the period features that there are, just sometimes you have to pay that price, don't you? So that's fine.
If he's able to see the potential of this house, Shane's seaside dream could be within reach. In Guildford, Inda and Jason are unsure about the level of project they can tackle. So I'm heading to the other extreme. With another baby on the way, maybe done to the nines is what they need.
This is the house that we're going to have a look at.
Yeah, I like it.
Can't wait to get inside.
Let's do exactly that. Come on, follow me.
It'll be interesting to see their reaction to a finished product rather than a project.
It'll certainly give them food for thought, character Victorian with a modern twist. The ground floor's really been opened up, with this double fireplace sitting room leading into the extension, a great open-plan kitchen diner. And it's the first time I've been able to show Jason his dream of bifolds out to the garden. The only thing they'd need to address here is the lack of grass.
On the first floor, there's a large family bathroom and 2 double bedrooms, with the master bedroom having a real boutique feel.
The loft conversion's got 2 more bedrooms, and in the basement, there's what could be a 5th bedroom. This really is a great example of how to maximise a period property, and it could be theirs with a bang-on budget price tag of 750 grand.
Keep going. Oh, hello. Look at that. Bifolds.
I knew you'd spot the bifolds to start with.
Yeah, I like it. The garden, I think, is a bit small.
Yep.
Or at least the lack of grass.
Let me at him.
Has he always had a thing about
I don't know how they
bifolds?
even work.
It's quite recent.
Yeah. Let the outside come in. I mean, obviously, we've come up in price, but are we doing better as a result?
It means that we're paying for someone's very nice garden and having to change it.
Yeah.
For Indu and Jason, home turf seems essential, even with a spec like this.
Oh, gosh. This is like a hotel room. My word.
Yeah, it does hurt me thinking that we could do something like this to another house.
I had thought I pulled it out of the bag with this one, but I'm not getting the sense that they love it or they're just about to buy it. So I'm not entirely sure where to go from here.
Get upstairs, Phil, and find out what's really going on.
Where is everybody? Oh, you're in here.
Hello?
It's pretty smart, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very nice.
What have you done with Jason?
He's downstairs in the basement.
OK.
This is the kind of finished product that I think we'd want to live in. It's just whether or not we want a project to do it ourselves.
Yes.
Something's got to give. Indecision between project and turnkey is holding them back.
Any conclusions?
This could be an option for not doing anything. It really is the question, do we want to have a big project on our hands in the next couple of years?
Yeah. For the right house that allowed opportunity at some point in the future, would you up the budget a bit?
Yeah. I think being able to add value slowly, just having options on things to do, I think that is really what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Can you leave that with me? I know what I've got to do.
OK.
So, not a doer-upper, but perfect with potential. Not easy to find.
I'm hoping a slightly increased budget might do the trick.
In Margate, Shane and I are in an area that's undergoing major renovation to create an artistic centre. This ongoing work means you can pick up some unique properties at knockdown prices. Like this 200-year-old bank, which is on the market at just under £185,000, 40 grand under budget.
Properties like this don't come on the market very often. It comes complete with period features and the original bank vault.
It's quite something.
It is.
The wallpaper is also quite something.
The first impression is that actually it's very, very nice. Fantastic fireplace.
Something could be sparking here, Kirsty.
Quite good chemistry, actually, you know.
On a scale of 1 to 10?
A good 7.5.
Oh, really?
Yes.
When businesses are converted into houses, you often end up with unconventional layouts, and that's what's happened here. There are corridors and rooms on different levels.
Some people love these quirky conversions. I don't think Shane is one of them. Now, I get the feeling that it's no longer a 7.5.
It's becoming a 4. Things don't flow. And I'm not getting California New Age on you.
No. That's absolutely fine.
Downstairs works well.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But upstairs just doesn't. And you can't take one part of the house and put it with another part of another house.
And also now I feel very depressed. I mean, upstairs I just feel depressed.
I'd say that pretty much means we can't bank on this property to be the one for Shane. With Indu and Jason, I'm now working to their absolute maximum budget of $850,000. But that needs to get the right house for now, as well as opportunities for the future. We're 3 minutes walk from their rental at a house which has been extended, but could have even more room and value added. And speaking of adding value, Kirsty's coming along too.
I've had a bit of a stroke of luck here because this isn't on the market.
Did you just break in?
Local man
Yes.
uses contacts, gets
Yeah.
in early.
Right, okie doke.
Here they are.
Oh.
Look, I brought my friend.
And everything turned to chaos as soon as I arrived. I'm so sorry. Anyway, Phil is really so pleased with himself about this house that we can all just step back, kind of, you know, nod, worship, and then walk away.
This house is not yet on the market. Yesterday, the agents were talking about 850. Today, they're talking about 875. Is that a doable number?
Just about. I think 875 is probably not.
What do you reckon?
It looks good.
Pretty excited.
Yeah?
See, he does this a lot. Oh, what budget?
Should we go on in?
It's a novel way of house hunting.
I didn't invite her. She just came anyway. Go on.
What budget? 750? Nah.
They sanctioned the increase, Kirsty, for the perfect place with future potential. And this could be it. On the ground floor, there's a family room, a sitting room, and an eat-in kitchen which wraps around to a more formal dining area. Jason's bifolds open out into a lovely grassy garden which has been extended to create a fourth bedroom.
Then on the first floor, there's the family bathroom and 3 other bedrooms. Next door shows the potential to go into the loft, so long-term they can extend and add value, just what they asked for.
Financially, they'd have to wait anyway, as it'll be tight to get this place within their absolute stretch to maximum 850 grand top line.
Loads of space.
Oh, nice.
Opened up. You've got bifold doors for Jason. You've got grass for Jason.
Still my beating heart.
You've got a 4th bedroom.
Look at this.
And you have a pretty spectacular kitchen.
That's lovely.
Jason is open-mouthed and wide-eyed, exactly the way I wanted.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm pitching it as a really good home for you now, but actually this is a forever home because you could do the loft, and lots of people have done it.
What would be nice is to try and make sure everybody's settled and happy with their new position in the family and everything.
And then have a
else.
choice when you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Impressed, very impressed, and yeah, there's potential to do more to it.
Upstairs has previously proven problematic. I'll leave this one to you, Kirsty.
We've got a good family bathroom, 2 decent-sized rooms, and then a kind of box room. So what are you thinking?
Depends on the price that we can get it for. Mm-hmm. It feels like we could leave our mark a bit more easily. And a nice big garden as well.
Yeah, and a lovely big garden.
Onto this mythical Guildford grass.
That's beautiful.
Veg patch.
It's amazing.
But I also wanted you to see that massive conversion to the attic.
There's the potential. I like it. I don't know if we can afford it. On the upside, it's everything we have asked for.
You're in the game here. Come on.
You're only in the game if they get it for a palatable price.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's already got skylights.
Oh.
I've got an idea for a new show.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Location, 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 plus £100,000.
Is that a dig at me?
Yes. No, I know the dilemma, and I totally understand it, and so, luckily, to Indu and Jason. Hello.
I'm kind of nervously awaiting your thoughts. Well, I know Jason likes it.
Yeah, I really like it as well. It does feel like it's a longer-term place for us, but we need to do our maths and work out what our maximum is.
Like when you go to an auction and you have to say, right, I can afford to go to this point and no further.
Yeah, agreed.
But we're in a nice spot. We've got options.
Meanwhile, how far are you from home, Phil?
Oh, 20 minutes. Nice to be home for tea.
What are you cooking, Phil?
I'm cooking up a storm, it seems. although this place's shifting price is causing me some indigestion. We're back visiting a couple and a solo searcher who were hoping to find homes in which to build a new life. In Surrey, Indu and Jason were looking at upping their budget after I'd unearthed a property in their ideal location that wasn't yet on the market. Time for a little trumpet blowing, perhaps.
Well done.
Anyone would have thought we hadn't got enough to do.
And in Margate, Shane was moving from city to sea in order to de-stress and redesign his life. He'd shown definite interest in a 6-bed period semi.
We're looking possible.
And now we've found a bargain for him. It's a house halfway through a major renovation, a magnificent seafront terrace with the most stunning views. The asking price for the finished product is $210,000, 25 grand under budget. At this stage, Shane could even have some input.
But I want to get you to the sort of #1 room, because this house has a great deal of impact. Now, how's that for a view?
It's stunning, isn't it?
It's pretty stunning.
You did well, girl.
You don't get more sea than that, do you?
It's like
Yeah.
a bit of magic. Even though it is walking up the stairs, you can see it's a tip.
Yeah.
But still, the structure seems very good, I must say.
With a sea view like this, 210 grand for the completed house is a fantastic price, and the rest of the property is pretty special too. It's spread over 4 floors, with the top 2 having 5 impressively big and light bedrooms.
And the lower floors reveal 5 reception rooms. And to help Shane paint those large canvases, Kirsty's found an interesting studio prospect.
The amazing thing about this is look up through that hole.
Yeah.
Off the sitting room upstairs is a room identical to this in layout. Now, if you knocked that floor through, it would be a fantastic studio because it would be very, very tall. It would be a double height room and very light. And you could have all your canvases on this wall.
I know, that's
See,
right.
as high as you wanted to go.
That's my problem, is the canvases
Yeah,
are so big.
so big.
Oh yeah, that's very clever, actually, yeah.
Shane's already making plans to turn this house into his dream home. The designer in him can see huge potential throughout the property.
Fantastic, structure here.
Yeah.
Beautiful woodwork. And, maybe just the odd fireplace needs to be put back,
Yeah.
but that's not a problem, really. So at the moment, a very good feeling.
If you say to us, this is the house I want, this is the house of my dreams, then we'll do everything in our power to get it for you.
No, I mean, this is the dream.
Really?
I think you've done it.
But this house is only Shane's dream if he can have it the way he wants it. There's a chance that the developer would be willing to incorporate his ideas as part of the price. But we need to move quickly and present him with those detailed plans. If the developer won't take Shane's ideas on board, then I think this house will become less appealing.
With Indu and Jason, they're keen on the turnkey property, but we need to see if their sums will add up to the slightly vague asking price of $850 to $875.
They bought that house just over a year ago for $785,000. It's definitely not worth $875.
Yeah.
You're playing a game. How much do you like it versus what are the risks of now letting it go to the market and the market deciding what it's worth? Do you have a walkaway number?
840.
Right. Because I can ring the agent and I can say to him, give us a price that we're tied up today.
Making them put a number down.
Yeah. Should we do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
James, hi, it's Phil Spencer here. I am not instructed to make an offer, but they do very much like the house. I've been looking at numbers. The asking price, $875, just doesn't, it's not justifiable in any way, shape or form. Yeah. I'm not being rude, but is there a number that would close the door today? It doesn't come to the market and nobody else sees it. These people have a very large deposit and they're chain-free. OK, terrific. I'll wait to hear. Cheers, bye. He says they are going to market. He's having to ring them up going, well, I haven't got an offer, but will you drop your price already?
Yeah, I can see how that's going to go down. Like a bowl of cold sick.
Hi, James. Dunstan Avenue.
Agents often use similar local properties' sold prices to gauge value. But of course, so do we.
James, I'm really pleased that you've used that property as an example, because I've actually got the details in front of me. It's similar square footage. However, this has been completely and utterly renovated. But if that's sold for just under the 850, it puts the house that you're selling somewhere beneath that. Did they come up with a number? No. It sounds like your people want to go to market anyway. Yeah. It's worth, just for the record, or whatever price you manage to convince somebody to pay, you're going to have to get a bank surveyor to second that. And when they look at the numbers, they don't stack up. I think we're going to have to leave it, James. OK, bye-bye. Bye. Conversation's going nowhere.
Yeah, but I think it makes sense not to put a number down.
Yeah, it'd be lovely to do a deal today, but I can feel myself, the heart's going a bit. I don't want to do something silly. Yeah.
We found the right house. We've just got to find the right price.
Well played, Pip. No benefit in showing their walkaway number until the market decides its true value.
Jason and Indu did ultimately go for it, offering just over $840 for the house. But their bid was not accepted, so they decided to stay renting, awaiting the arrival of baby number 2.
We're more than ever set on buying something for the long term next year. There's plenty of things to look forward to, though. So.
And when the time is right, I'm sure the right home will come along. In Margate, the developer has declined to take on board Shane's ideas for the seafront renovation.
The work will continue as originally planned, and the house is still on the market at £210,000.
For me to alter that house to how it really should be, it's going to cost me a fortune. I mean, really.
With the seafront no longer a goer, our first property, only a 10-minute walk from the sea, is back in the frame.
Shane's made a decision. The 6-bed semi is a winner after all. He asked me to put in an offer of 180 grand, and I've just heard back.
You're joking me. I can't believe they're going to accept the 180. That's fantastic, isn't it?
So it's a done deal. Shane is now the proud owner of a great new home that he got at a great price. 55 grand under budget.
10 years on, and Shane's been busy. He's now remodelled the house in a big way. By knocking down walls and moving the downstairs bathroom, he's created a fantastic spacious kitchen and redecorated with an artist's eye. And the change in life tempo has seen him embark on new creative projects like silk tie and jewellery design. His artwork's also going from strength to strength.
Living by the sea here has enabled me to put the best into my work. So my paintings, my jewellery or my ties have grown because I'm a happier person here. And that's what this town has given me, is the ability to be able to be myself now, finally.
And now, 17 years since we first met our man in Margate, he's continuing to put his oceans of creativity to good use, although not precisely where we left him. Same town, different house. 4 years ago, Shane moved around the corner to another Victorian semi in Cliftonville.
Having had the opportunity of such a big project with that house Kirsty and Phil found for me in 2003, all those years ago, I had this hunger to do it again. The big rooms, the wood floors, and also the need to make everything good again. This new house came on the market, and it was just an amazing, amazing opportunity.
Unsurprisingly, he's again created a very stylish haven, stripping back floors, making the kitchen lighter and brighter by knocking through, and taking the bedrooms back to the future, removing the features of one particular period and restoring his favourite Victorian ones.
So I was very lucky to find this, but there was no fireplaces here. So I put all the fireplaces back.
His love for detail is evident. And ever the one with an eye for both style and opportunity, Shane now operates a successful guest house from here. Each bedroom has its own colour theme and bespoke Shane artwork.
It's restful. because it's the colours too. I added almost like grey colours to all my colours just to tone them down, because bright colours are not good anymore really for interiors. It's all about tone down but still nice colours to give the freshness.
Thanks to his impressive improvements and a buoyant market, Shane sold the house we found him for 450 grand, having paid 180, and that's put him in a better position financially.
It is very, very stressful being an artist and not knowing where the next money is coming from.
Despite its precarious nature, making art is Shane's passion and the reason for his move here. These days he's mixing up his mediums more than ever, and the garden is his current studio.
I use resin and all different materials, so dust, sand, everything goes everywhere. So in a beautiful house like this, now even if I had a studio in this house, the room would be ruined and it would be actually sacrilege. So I love to work outside.
Not so practical in winter, so Shane's been saving up for a summer house studio which is arriving soon. Life's most definitely a different pace from his long-gone London days. All that sea air keeps him inspired, and typical Shane, he's turned his love of the outdoors and dogs into a sideline. Dog walking and dog boarding for both local pooches and the canine companions of visiting guests.
I don't mind the dog wandering through the house. He can sit on the furniture. Even though I know my furniture looks beautiful and it looks almost like museum-like, you can actually sit as you want. The dog can jump everywhere. I don't care at all.
The freedom afforded by his lifestyle means Shane really does get to move as the creative spirit takes him. Having previously only designed jewellery, he's soon learning to craft it. With so much on, it's easy to forget that his Kent move was about a calmer life.
Here, I have a different type of stress. It's stress that I create. And also the light and the sea air and the peace down here, it means that I'm a much, much happier person, and it all just works. I never really rest, but it's not unhappiness in any way. It's just a joy of actually life. So that's what I really love, is to get up in the morning and to know I'm going to create a new product, I'm going to welcome a guest, I'm going to make a piece of jewellery, or, you know, just even take a walk. It is just a lovely life, and I'm so lucky, and I thank Costume Film for that.
Fair to say, I think, that full credit goes to Shane for how fabulously well his life at the seaside has turned out. But when we last saw Jason and Indu, they'd paused their house hunt while awaiting a sibling for Freddie. 2 years on, I hope their search has also finally borne fruit. When we last saw them, Jason and Indu had upped their budget to try and secure the turnkey property in Guildford I showed them, but it wasn't to be.
Even though they were outbid, they never gave up. And shortly after the birth of baby number 2, they finally found what they were looking for here in Onslow Village. So I've come to see what it's like. It looks massive. Ah, hello, gang. You were expecting me. Excellent. I've come to have a look. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Come in.
Please do.
Excellent. After you. Oh, please, if I'm nice.
Having taken the time to pause and regroup, and give birth, of course, to Beatrix, now a charmingly assertive toddler,
Delightful.
their re-energised search led them to this substantial semi-detached property.
It was huge. It's massive. Wow, lovely. Big light room.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's a great place. 4 bedrooms, massive garden. Nothing really needs doing to it.
Jason wanted a big garden for himself and the kids, and here he's got it in spades. Inside, upstairs offers not only a bedroom each, but also a spare, which can double for home working when necessary. And downstairs, the living space feels endless with the lounge and a big dining kitchen and a further room that could be the formal dining room or another study. No bifolds to be seen, and they are an extra 10 minutes from their very specific initial search area, but this is quite the find.
I can't quite believe it's been 2 years since we were together. But you finally pulled it off. You have pulled it off. The house looks fantastic.
And it's certainly getting high fives from the youngest family member.
You must have been 6 months pregnant.
Yeah.
When we were filming. So there's an awful lot to contend with.
Yeah.
And then...
And still is.
Still is.
Yeah.
More than ever before.
Yeah.
The house negotiation was practically a pregnancy in itself, taking 9 months to complete, and the family were only able to move in at the start of spring 2020 lockdown.
Yeah, it was very quick introduction to living here. We're not seeing anybody else, not having any guests, and just having the kids at home. So yeah, we made ourselves at home very quickly.
Yeah.
The fact that they were able to increase their budget to $850,000 made all the difference in being able to land a place like this.
It was on for a lot more than we ended up paying for it.
Right, nice.
But yeah,
You must have learnt something on the way. I'm glad I was of some use. Not.
It'd be nice to think I played some small part in their eventual success. The house is infinitely livable, oodles of space, and really family-friendly.
You've got a huge amount of family space, haven't you?
Yeah.
So the dining room as well as dining in here.
Although we're not really using the dining room as a dining room, but yeah.
Yeah, and it's got knock-through potential, so
Yes.
it can make it into a really lovely double aspect.
Oh, let Kirsty know she can come around with a sledgehammer.
Yeah. Yeah, do you have a number?
Kirsty needs no encouragement. Lots of options, though, in a house like this. There's even a garage.
I wasn't expecting to see the garage. That's a big, big plus, isn't it?
Yeah, it's for the bikes and everything. Just
Yeah.
have a little bit of workshop space and...
So you actually got more than you were looking for. You got more than was on the brief.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And with several rooms facing the garden, Jason's much-desired bifold action must be on the cards.
There's a lot of houses in Guildford that are kind of narrow at the front and go long, whereas this is the other way around. So it's wide
Yes.
and then doesn't go back as deep. So we've
Yeah.
got this entire massive wall to play with. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we could have 2 sets of bifold doors.
He's a happy man. I would have been disappointed if I'd come round and there was no potential for bifold doors.
This is absolutely the perfect for now with loads of potential kind of place they were after. I think it's got F for Forever Home written all over it.
So this must be Freddie's room?
Yep, it certainly is.
He's happy?
He loves it. It's a lot bigger than his previous little box room.
Oh, looks very smart outside. The community looks nice. Nice houses, nice big gardens. Everything's well kept.
Yeah, this is Onslow Village. It's well known and loved for it, and hedges. Very big on hedges around here. It's a really nice community up and down the street. Everyone's really made us feel welcome.
Have you managed to meet the neighbours and things?
Across the road, they keep giving us the produce from our allotment, which is really nice. The other side of the semi, we look after their guinea pigs when they're on holiday. They're a really good bunch.
When Indu's not having to work from home, Onslow Village is about a 20-minute walk from the station for her commute. It's a tad further to get to nursery and the bustle of the town centre they love. But the house size and village vibe more than make up for that. It's a sought-after spot.
And your room is huge.
Yeah, it's nice.
Tell me about Onslow Village. What's it like?
It's a really small community, very friendly, lots and lots of families.
Yeah.
And it seems like the families that are here stay here for a long time, so not many houses come up. So yeah, we were really lucky to find this place. And so lucky to get in just before lockdown as well.
It must be a massive relief to have actually just got it sorted, moved in.
Really, we just feel like it's home, very, very quickly felt like it's home. We haven't done very much at all. As you can see, the curtains are still up. We haven't yet done it, even small things we haven't had the time or the energy to do. So I think it's going to take us a bit of time to start thinking about the potential. We've got enough space and we're happy with it.
The garden in particular is a bit of a jewel in the crown. I really don't think they could have scored any better there. But of course, they had to play the long game and go into extra time.
It's been a long old process, hasn't it? I mean, a couple of years, 30 viewings, you got gazumped on the way through, you had a baby on the way through, then you had 9 months of waiting to get the deal done on this. It's been tough. Was it worth the wait?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
The previous owners were here for 35 years, so that tells its own story.
And I'm not surprised. There's just so much on offer here and growth potential.
To be that close to town and yet have a garden of this magnitude, it is magnificent. You've got a nature patch, you've got the football goals that you wanted, you've got the veg patch. You've got mature trees.
Want to level it out a little bit, so we've got somewhere to really put a trampoline down without any danger of it being tipped over as Freddie gets bigger and stronger.
And there's lots we can do, but we don't know exactly what yet. Or rather, we guess we haven't decided and agreed.
So in 2 years' time,